They got some bikes, they're gonna ride through all the countryside, and they'll do it side by side. Kenneth and Allie, they're gonna rally through all the peaks and valleys. Shout out to Rand McNally. We're the West Coast ready to greet them in search of the end of the weekend. Well, it's a trans-American ride.
All right, just started the clip. We're here in McDaniel's at a Danieled. We're at a community center pavilion. Another pavilion.
Bitch.
I love the pavilions. It was a pretty long day. I was in a weird mood for the majority of it. I think it was probably because of sleep, maybe. Allie suggested.
I think so. Sleep and heat and like we're fucking biking every day. This is exhausting.
Yeah.
You're
It's-
still a human too. As much as you're like a pro athlete, you're also human and it gets tiring.
I don't feel tired.
Yeah.
I just felt frustrated for some reason.
Frustrated at what? The fact that we're not like going fast?
No, because I can't go any faster than I'm going.
Yeah, but you would still be going at this point.
Maybe. I don't care about biking into the night or biking long days.
And the number of miles doesn't concern you at all.
I mean,
and
70 is a good mileage.
Yeah,
for
I
the
thought
day.
so too.
I mean, that's 30 off from the Century.
Which we will do
Oh, I'm sure.
soon, I think. I'm feeling it.
I have no doubt. You just hit your leg like a horse.
There's flies on me.
That's exactly what a horse does.
I've been told I have legs like a horse. I've told you that before.
I think
horse
about
legs.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, 70 miles. When we stopped at where did we first record? The Family Dollar,
Yeah.
and we did a little clip there, and then we did like a solid 17-mile push. We went to another gas station, stopped for like at least a half hour. Because,
Probably more than that.
because I ordered a pizza and that took 20 minutes to cook, which by the way was so good.
Very
and
good.
I swear, I said to you at some point, I was like, this pizza is like rocket fuel for me. My legs were feeling good, my body was feeling good. It's just so crazy to actually witness and experience the way that food is actually fuel for your body.
Yeah.
Because I can tell when I'm getting hungry, like my legs start burning, and it's a very different experience. It's interesting.
Totally.
But yeah, we had a whole pizza, which was so good.
It was a good gas station, too. The people were nice.
Yeah.
And I don't know, we just did... Sure, yeah. Sharon's Kitchen Corner. Allie's having a ramen bomb, which is ramen with mashed potatoes. And I'm having Spanish rice with some newly added mashed potatoes. And... yeah, did much happen? I can't think of what happened between Family Dollar and here.
Not much. We had a fair amount of climbing today.
Yeah.
My computer said
3,000.
it was 4,000 something, like 41 or something by the end of the day. But we've realized that our computers don't record the same type of data, so...
Definitely not.
You did like 3,100 feet and I did like 47.
Which I said is why you're so tired. I'm skipping all the hills, apparently. So, yeah, we stopped a few times after the
We did
last
some
clip.
solid breaks today.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was essential. It was good.
That headwind was fucking pernicious and consistent.
Yeah, but after we left the Family Dollar, I really feel like the humidity and the wind was kind of over. Like, the rest of the day was pretty decent, besides a few climbs when, like, you would get up to the top
the
and
climb.
the wind
the climb.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit!
So yeah, you should say it.
There was this like we were looking at the elevation profile for this route, and we saw that there was a period of time where we basically plummeted into the center of the earth.
It was like a hole in the earth. We're
Yeah.
like, what happens here? I don't know.
And I was like, I went up to Allie and I was like, sometimes like you will go over a bridge and they won't account for the bridge being there. They'll just account for what the actual natural topography happens. And so it looks like it's going to be really extreme, but it's actually not because you go over a bridge. And so we got to that point, and it was actually not there was a bridge over some water at the very bottom of the hill.
Dude, but it wasn't even a big creek. It was just like
No.
a tiny ass little thing, which they totally could have, like, I don't know why they built the road like that. Like, they could have
was
totally
terrible.
gone around that.
Yeah.
So we got to the edge, and it started going down, and you looked in your mirror, and I was like, oh shit, like, this is for real.
We started to see what was coming up.
Yeah, but
Wait.
it wasn't intimidating because it was like, what, 500 feet or
It was
something?
400 feet over like 0.1 miles.
Yeah, so we it was a nice gentle downhill. We got to the bridge, and then, oh my god, it
was so
steep.
We had to go up 200 feet.
It was so pointless too.
It was extremely steep. Like I had to throw all my weight up to my front wheel so that it wouldn't come off the ground.
Dude, I didn't make it. I had to walk my bike.
And there was a car behind us while we were going up it. It was ridiculous. It was the steepest part
It
of the
was
day.
so pointless, and it was so steep. And like the road was terrible.
Yeah, it was really
It was
bad.
like potholes that they had covered up with shitty pavement,
And you were on the shitty part.
and I was riding on that because I don't like to be in the middle of the road because it's dangerous sometimes,
Yeah.
and people get mad, and I tend to stay towards the white line as much as I can, so I was trying to be on it, but
That-
it was so bad.
That made me think of Franco because he was talking about his friend who, like, they were like almost getting into a fist fight because his friend kept like crossing over the white line and laughing or something. And he was like, dude, this isn't funny. You could die. But I don't know. I have a different perspective because I've been doing this for so long.
Oh, and also that truck today. I don't think we mentioned
In
that.
the beginning of the day?
red truck, yeah. Asshole. Oh my god.
Going like 60 or 50 or 60
On
miles.
a tiny ass farm road, and you were kind of in the middle, but I didn't even think that it was like a too far into the lane, but it was a tiny country road and there was no line, and you were in the middle, and this red truck pulls over the top of the hill, like pulls off onto the entire side of the road. His entire right side was in the cornfield, and he yelled something at you.
that time.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking of the beginning of the day. The car that was going like 65 when we were leaving.
Oh, that also happened, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, that was the part that, like, put my mood in the bad spot.
I think that was, yeah. It was like the trigger for you.
Yeah.
Because I said something to you.
You're like, babe.
I was like, babe, like, it could. I'm not saying he was right because he was a fucking asshole and he yelled at you. But at the same time, like, you have to be aware when you're going up hills and you can't see the other side, like, you really need to be careful. And we had a conversation about that, just about, like, general safety. And I don't want you to get hit as much as you don't want me to get hit, so.
I don't want I to get hit. Yeah, I was pissed about that.
Yeah.
I don't like to be told what to do.
I know, but I want you to be safe.
I know, but
But anyways,
yeah. So we had some
some
moments today.
interesting people today, interesting terrain.
Yeah. Headwind all fucking day, pretty
Yeah,
much.
pretty much.
I mean,
that was hard.
It should have been a nice day otherwise,
How much
but
food this is?
wow, I'm
It's
excited
insane.
to get a third of that. But yeah, we're in this pavilion right now, which I didn't really expect because I was trying to find this place on Google Maps, and they have a community building, and these community centers have been really godsends for us because they always typically have pavilions like we're in right now. But
Yeah, there was a little bit of a problem, not serious problem, but just with like the navigation route and estimated mileage for today, because today we passed a optional detour to go to Mammoth Cave National Park, which is really cool. I've actually been there with my family in like summer of maybe 2017. We did a cave tour and stuff. It's really neat, but it was 80 miles to do
Yeah.
like a loop down and then back up, and I don't think it was worth it to do that. Like,
No.
we're gonna go to fucking Yellowstone and the Grand
Tetons,
Tetons. It's
yeah.
gonna be so much better because I don't even like caves anyways. They kind of creep me out, so bypass that. And there was a little bit of trouble with the math of like the total mileage and where we were going today, because we had pulled over at one point and I was like, we were at 43 at that gas station, we had pizza, and you told me we had 34 miles to go.
Yeah.
And that's 77 total. And I was like, I thought we were planning for 69. I was kind of confused, but then we realized where the problem was.
Yeah. It was my fault, as usual.
Well, you're the only one doing the navigation. That's also something we talked about. Like, we need to start splitting that up, and like, I can go on your phone on the ACA app and plan the next day. I think we need to like go back and forth with that, so it's not all on you. It was good for the first week, but like, we're into it now, and like, we
Yeah.
have a schedule, we have a routine, and
Yeah.
like, the responsibility has to be divided
Yeah.
equally.
So that we both know what's coming up and what we're doing.
Yeah. Because I am very motivated by numbers, I think, and I keep that in my mind all day. Like, as every mile we pass, I'm like, all right, we have 34 left or 27 left, and if that's not true and we end up biking past the point where you said we were going to stop, I get mad.
And I
I
don't.
get frustrated.
I
And you
don't
don't
look at
because
that.
you don't feel it. You don't, I don't know.
I don't look at the mileage for the day.
Yeah.
I purposefully, the screens that I look at on my Garmin, they're basically just the route itself, which is us following a breadcrumb trail, and then the current elevation, and then the distance to the point that we're going to when we have to change on roads or whatever. That might not make any sense. We've had some beers and some Evan Williams, but in any case,
It's not a dry county.
thankfully,
Praises.
yeah, praises indeed. But yeah, so I mean, all ended well for the day.
Yeah, we still did a 70 mile, which was kind of what we were planning. We were planning 69, and we were planning to go like, I think it's like 7 miles up the road or something to
Yeah.
that potentially sketchy pavilion.
Yeah, it was a
which
state
I'm kind of
park.
glad we bypassed. Like,
Yeah.
this is totally fine. There's
Yeah.
like, this place is dank.
Yeah, it's like
Everything is broken.
very Kentucky style.
Yeah, and we're just like hiding behind this broken slide. Mm-hmm. In a pavilion.
Yeah, the picture I include for this episode will be a picture of our campsite for tonight. And yeah, I mean, it's like something that they started building, and I guess they never finished.
Did you see the bleachers?
Uh-uh.
Like, oh, you need to look at it when
Are
we
they
go
fucked
back
up
out.
or
They're
something?
so funny. There's like, each person looks like they're supposed to sit on one single plank of wood. I think they're
Lol.
all just broken though. But yeah, it was a solid day. I really feel like the wind died down.
Toward the
And it's-
well, once we got to a gas station like 3.5 miles from here, and
Yeah.
I felt like the winds picked up again.
Oh.
I was like, well, maybe that's just my perspective, but
The hills get harder for me at the end of the day either way, so if there's wind, it just makes it worse, and
yeah,
I'm just pushing through to get to camp either way, but
Mm-hmm.
I haven't noticed.
and so we got here, and I did a beer run, 2.6 miles back and forth. Got some nasty hemp beer and some PBRs and some whiskey, and I think that's the same direction as the actual route will take us tomorrow. So I got to preview it a little bit, but there's nothing to report really. More of the same shit.
Well, a good gas station for breakfast.
Yep.
Bathrooms,
Liquor
resupply,
store.
breakfast.
If we end up drinking all that Evan Williams, we'll need some more. It's a good day though.
It was a good day. I really feel like very accomplished. 70 miles is a big day.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I ever biked 70 miles was to Athens.
Yeah.
It was like 72.
That was a big day.
That was a big day. And I felt like really good, and I feel the same now. We're making progress.
Did we get Thai food that night? Or was it? Yeah.
So, yeah. Eating dinner. It's a pretty sunset. We saw a rabbit.
Yep. Sun will go down in about an hour.
Lots of horses and cows today. This is a very
Yeah.
farmed area. Crops, livestock, horses as well.
Bucolic.
Yeah. What does that mean?
Rural and farm-like.
A lot of towns too. I feel like we were passing houses all day. We weren't really like in
Yeah.
an isolated area at all.
No, not like Eastern Kentucky.
Right, yeah.
That shit
It was
was
like
fucked.
a row of shit houses, get to the top of the mountain, and then just like nothing.
Yeah. A lot more like Virginia. But,
And I really feel like the hills that we do go up, minus the fucking river today,
yeah.
they've been like gradually decreasing in grade. We're
Yeah.
definitely past the Appalachians, maybe in the foothills, I don't know. But I've
to say.
appreciated that. Like even the big climb we had this morning, the grade was like maybe 5%, 4%.
Which one?
The first one in the morning, like after the first 10 miles.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But either way, it's getting flatter. Don't think that's going to last because we've heard a lot of stuff about the Ozarks in Missouri, how like steep they are and terrible they are, so that might be hard, but it's all good. Kenneth is peeing right now.
I want to do a shout out to John Finley.
Oh, yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. Can you fill the time?
Maybe he'll listen to this during his recovery time.
Yeah. So, coming back, y'all. Ellen Finley, a family friend, texted me yesterday that John Finley, her husband, had gotten hit by a U.S. mail truck. And
Lawsuit, baby.
I think so. I sent him, or I called him this morning. He didn't pick up, which is typical. But I thought I left a pretty good message just about, thinking about him. And, we're out here doing similar kind of stuff in a different scale. And so we're obviously hoping that we make it all the way without any kind of issue. We don't want to finish this trip prematurely.
Yeah.
Which is why
you
I
need to be
shouldn't-
careful when we're going over hills and you can't see the other side of it. That's all I was saying. I'm not saying that truck guy was right. He was an asshole. But, like, this
I'm
trip
not-
would be cut short. We might die. We might be injured.
Yeah.
Like, our plans would be so fucked if we got hit. Either of us.
Everyone's been alright so far.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Kentucky's fucked up, but
There's a few assholes that are going, like, 60 miles an hour and they, like, hardly give you any room. But
and God help you if you're a native Kentuckian and you have a cyclist in front of you, because apparently your ability to drive like a fucking crazy asshole is completely compromised if someone is in front of you. We've had so many people just not pass us.
they don't pass us even when there's a dotted line on their side.
And I've looked
They,
at
like,
that too.
wait.
Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck
And
are
we
you
pull
doing?
over so much to let people pass us when they could do it easily. Like, I like to drive, and I've driven a lot in my life. And if you have full visibility and you can pass either a car or something on the road. Also, we saw Amish people today, which was
did.
super cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was
Twice.
Amish people in Kentucky. Twice,
Yeah.
yeah. We saw somebody at a feed store, a mother and child, picking up some food for their animals, and then a buggy on the road.
Those girls looked young too.
They're so young and they all
And very
have babies.
unhappy. Yeah.
Dude, oh my god. Well, that's another story.
Yeah.
The Amish, but
But these Kentucky people drive like fucking crazy assholes until a bike is in their lane, And they have no
and
idea
then they
what
just
to do.
stop.
Yeah.
They're willing to go like 5 miles an hour when I'm climbing the hill, and they won't pass me.
Yeah. It's very unnerving.
It's kind of annoying. I
is.
don't know if they're like watching me or if they're mad at me.
Right.
Like, I don't know. That's
No
weird.
idea. Yeah, it's confusing. And, I mean, yeah, only in Kentucky so far has that been an issue.
Yeah. If you see a cyclist, like, if you can't pass, I understand going that speed, but if you can pass, do it. There's no reason to protect us or, like, stay behind us.
Yeah, a lot of hazard lights have been put on for
Yeah.
us, which we don't need, because it's like the only person on the road at that time.
Yeah. It's weird.
So, yeah. A good day. Mm-hmm. I didn't anticipate us finishing this Evan Williams, but if we do, I can put this cap back on my water bottle.
Incentive.
Oh, this shit, it's nasty.
What time is it?
8:12.
Damn.
8:12 p.m.
The sun is not down.
It's not going to set until like 9:05.
Yeah. We missed the summer solstice, which is technically Hike Naked Day. Don't know if it would technically be Bike Naked Day. But I would have
here.
appreciated a little moment of nudity. But there's really no opportunity when you're on public roads.
Not in Kentucky.
And also, we had a crazy thunderstorm last night. Or a couple... Well, the 21st was the solstice.
Yeah. That was just
So.
2 days ago, yeah.
But yeah, it's still very light. And we're at a great spot. We're drying our bike shorts out on the pavement of the basketball court.
Yep.
Everything as well.
It's crazy to think about how quickly we'll forget exactly when this moment happened.
Every day is a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I keep saying, and that's what I've said since the beginning. It's so crazy. I think it's also because the amount of distance we cover,
Yeah.
and like the difference in terrain. Every hill you go up and go down is different, and you also never have to do it again. So when we were on that crazy steep part and we got up to the top, I was like, well, never have to do that again, and I never ever will.
Certainly never ever will. Not coming back to
But
Kentucky.
yeah, everything, it's like you can visualize life passing you by in the good way
Yeah.
when you're biking because it's so fast.
Yeah. I mean, even the 2.5 mile beer run that I did, I probably took 20 minutes. And that was me going to a liquor store and to a gas station. So, yeah, it's a different speed. And I still advocate for the fact, and I think you do too, that people, young people, should have to do something like this before they enter the workforce or become adults or whatever it is.
Yeah. Anybody, like, even if it's like a short trail that you hike or
Yeah.
just something that pushes you out of your comfort zone, something that makes you suffer and dirty and like really, really hard. Like you push through that and you learn so much about yourself. I was just talking to Addison. I don't remember what his trail. I don't even know if he had a trail name yet, but
Yeah.
he was a through hiker, Appalachian Trail through hiker that we met at Blood Mountain Cabins, which is only
Super
70
early.
miles in
Yeah.
on the Appalachian Trail. And he's in Warwick, New York. And he's like, man, this is changing me. I'm like, dude, it changed me so much.
Yeah, me too.
And take advantage of that. And it changes you. It pushes you and it... I don't know.
You have to do shit just to survive.
Yeah. It's so hard, but it's so good.
Yeah.
So rewarding. And the 3 words that I said earlier today were opportunity, ability, and privilege. And I feel like those are going to be my 3 words. Like, when I'm feeling bad, I have the opportunity to be out here. I have the ability to be out here. And I have the privilege, which allows me to take advantage of this route of riding a bicycle. And, yeah. if you have the opportunity, ability, and privilege, do something like this. It's so impactful. And we're only on day 18. Who knows what the fuck is coming next?
Oh my god.
We're getting the worst done first, honestly, too, which is really encouraging and
Yeah.
hopeful. Like, it's only going to get better from here. Kansas might be hard, especially with the headwind we experienced today. Imagine that, like, 3 times the strength.
You think so? That would be like 45 miles an hour.
Yeah. The wind comes down from the Rockies. It just blows across the plains. I think that some of the wind we're getting here probably came from Kansas. Like, wind is... It knows
Could be.
no bounds. It goes all the way across the world.
Wow.
But
Shit's fucked.
it's great.
Yeah. Totally.
Is it too long?
No.
No, I'm not done eating.
I'm just looking at what you got. 25, 50 minutes. Yeah, we should probably stop.
The one we did this morning was 27, I
Uh-huh.
think.
Alright.
Alright.
Well, fuck y'all, but love y'all.
Get
Just-
out here and do this shit,
Do
man.
something.
Do
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, life is short, and who knows when you're gonna
Yeah.
die.
Also, we pass so many funeral homes and
Oh my
graveyards, and you can't help but think, like, I'm gonna be there someday.
I literally had the thought where I was like, I don't want to ever be there. That
That's
was,
not gonna happen.
I know, but you and your
Unless
brother
you're
both,
frozen
you
or
guys
something.
don't care about dying, and I do. So, my whole thing is like,
I think we're very young, and it's not even something that
I
has
thought
crossed
about
our
it since I was like
consciousness.
8.
Yeah, that's weird. But yeah, make your life worth it. Don't be bored. Don't
Just-
be
yeah.
sedentary.
Do something that you want to do, and you know, accept the consequences. Show up and just do it.
Yeah.
You know, it might
Suffer
suck.
through it,
You might
man.
have bad days like I did today, where you're slightly standoffish. I wasn't mean or short today, but I was definitely. I don't even know how to describe it.
I was in a good mood today, though, so I could, like, deal with it.
Maybe that's the problem. You were in a good mood, so my compensatory feelings of being able to. I feel better when people feel worse. So you were feeling good, so I felt bad.
But yeah.
Yeah, consider this your hall pass for permission to do something if you want to do it. If you have to leave your family, if you have to leave your dogs, just leave them. Who cares? Figure it out. It's worth it. It's hard, but it's worth it. I mean, I sold my house. I'm homeless right now.
Yeah.
I've got a big wallet, but I don't have a place to store it. Except for this shitty ass pavilion that we're in.
Yeah. There's no permanence to
No.
anything we're doing out here. We're just traveling through.
Yeah, just passing
Very
through.
symbolic and very good.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. That was I think the last clip I made for the Trek podcast was like an advocation for people just to, if they were listening to it and they were on the fence, it's like, get off the fence, go ahead and
Do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Commit.
As soon as you show up and you start doing it, things get much easier than they were before in the planning phase.
Yeah. This motivational talk was brought to you by Kenneth and Allie on the Trans Am Bike Ride.
Having drank 2 PBRs, a nasty hemp drink, and then over half of an Evan Williams. Which is good, 'cause I need this cat back. So,
Chug it.
no, that would be bad. I would be... We're at a playground, and I already want to play on it. There's another slide. All right.
Bye.
Bye.